The first organ of the UN is the UN General Assembly, which is delivered to Assembly of all United Nations member states. The purpose of this organ is to resolve recommendations to states or suggestions to the UN Security Council. They are also tasked with approving new members following a proposal by Security Council. They also elect non-permanent members by Security Council, all members of the UN Economic and Social Council, UN Secretary General, and the 15 judges of the International Court of Justice. Assembly is empowered to make recommendations on states on international issues within its competence. It has also initiated actions, political, economics, humanitarian, social, and legal, which have benefits the lives of millions of people throughout the world.
UN Secretariat is the main source of economic and political analysis for the General Assembly and Security Council. It administers operations inherited by UN deliberative organs, operates political mission, prepares assessment that preside peacekeeping operation, appoints the heads of peacekeeping operation.
I give an example of secretariats. The secretariats, a world campaign, collected the perspectives of 9 million young people on United Nations priorities and potential sustainable development. The Secretariat's reports and activities also provide a reality check indicating what is feasible and at what cost. Then reports come at the request of member state themselves.
Today, I will discuss the International Court of Justice. International Court of Justice is a principal organ of the United Nations. It is also considered as a statue of the court. It handles settlement of international disputes and gives advisory opinion on legal questions. ICJ decides disputes in accordance with international law of reflected the international conventions, international custom, general principle of law recognized by civilized nations, judicial decisions, and writing of the mostly highly qualified expert on international law. The court's judgment is final and without appeal. Apparently, due to no legal bindings of its verdicts and advisory proceedings, ICJ receives criticism. In case of issues, ICJ resolves through the following. First, they can be settled by the parties of any time during the proceedings. Second, state can discontinue the proceeding, withdraw at any point. Third, the court can deliver proceeding with a verdict. The International Court of Justice is composed of 15 judges elected to 9-year terms of office by the United Nations General Assembly and the Security Council. It may not include more than one judge of any nationality. This organ vote simultaneously but separately. In order to be elected, a candidate must receive an absolute majority of the votes in both bodies. This sometimes makes it necessary for a number of rounds of voting to be carried out. In order to ensure a measure of continuity, one-third of the court is elected every 3 years. Judgment eligible for re-elect should a judge die or resign during his or her term of office. A special election is held as soon as possible to choose a judge to fill the unexpired part of the term. Elections are held New York, United States of America on the occasion of the annual autumn sessions of the General Assembly. The judges elect at a triennial election enter upon term of office on 6 February of the following year, after which the court proceeds elect by secret ballot president and vice president to hold office for 3 years. All states parties of the statute of the court have the right to propose candidates. International Criminal Court or ICC and International Court of Justice ICJ are two institutions that are focused on human rights and humanitarian law. A court is a form of tribunal, often a government situation, wherein everything that goes beyond the law or human law will be investigated. Most of the time, people get confused with these two courts as how they differ. They are almost the same in most cases, but the only difference is their jurisdiction. If the country you belong is part of the UN, you can go directly ICJ, and if you're not, go to ICC for further proceedings. The ICC is based on a principle of complementarity. This means that ICC can only act when a national court of unable or unwilling to carry out a prosecution itself, because the ICC was not created to supplant the authority of the national courts. However, when a state's legal system collapses or when a government is a perpetrator of heinous crimes, the ICC can exercise jurisdictions, whereas ICJ settles in accordance with international law the legal disputes submit to it by states, and to give advisory opinion on legal questions referred to it by duly authorized internal organs or agencies. Thank you.
Good day everyone. I'm here to share with you my discussion of my topic about UN Security Council, one of the 6 principal organs of the United Nations. So, I will discuss the function, power, and operation of this organs of the United Nations. So, first, I will share with you what is the UN Security Council. So, UN Security Council is one of the 6 principal organs of the United Nations, charged with ensuring international peace and security. 6. To address threats to international security, the Security Council negotiate, authorize the use of force like deployment of peacekeeping missions. They also impose sanctions. So what is the function of UN Security Council? So the function is to maintain or maintenance of the international peace and security. So they determine when and where a UN peace operation should be deployed. So Security Council recommends methods to adjust disputes among nations. Security Council can take military action if required. So the power of United Nations Security Council is to establishing peacekeeping operations, enacting international sanctions, and authorizing military action. So the operation of the United Security Council is to organize regional action within the framework of the Charter and the purpose of the UN. Security Council should in all cases be sought for regional peace operation for insecurity. That's all. Thank you.
The United Nations Economic and Social Council is one of the principal organs of the United Nations, responsible for coordinating the economic, social, and related works of 14 UN specialized agencies, together with the functional commissions and 5 regional commissions. So the ECOSOC serve as the central forum it for us to formulating policy recommendations. So the functions and the power of ECOSOC are to promote higher standards of living, full employment, economic and social progress, to find solution of international economic, social, health and related problems, and international cultural and educational operation. The second one is to encourage universal respect for and observance of human rights and fundamental freedom. The next one is to assist the organizations of major international conference in the fields of economic and social and related fields. Okay, the next studies and reports with respect to international, economic, and social matters. To prepare draft conventions for submission to the General Assembly. And another one is to coordinate the work of the specialized agencies and programmers together with the functional commissions and 5 regional commissions. The last one is to make arrangement for consultations and non-governmental organizations. While the Security Council's primarily responsibility is maintaining peace, ECOSOC focus on the promoting social progress and better standards of living. Achieving international and security and national progress go hand in hand. You can't have one without another. Poverty and the denial of human rights greatly increase the risk of instability and violence. The work of ECOSOC involves so many issues. It has many commissions to help it. Some known as functional commissions. They meet regularly and report back to it on such issues such as human rights, social development, the status of women, crime preventions, narcotic drugs, and science and technology. ECOSOC has 5 regional commissions that promote economic development and cooperation in their respective regions. The first one is Economic Commissions for Africa, Economic Commissions for Europe, Economic Commissions for Latin America and Caribbean, Economic Commissions for Africa, Asia and Pacific, and the last one is Economic Commissions for Western Asia.
give an example of Economic and Social Council. An example of a special problem of interest to the Council is the improvement of statistical techniques, since efficient statistics are essential to economic and social development. Work in this field includes techniques to improve world statistics and specific economic branches such as industry and finance, standards of national statistical services, and methods of comparing statistics from different countries. That's all. Thank you.
Trusteeship Council is one of the main organ of United Nations. Was established to supervise the administration of trust territories as the transitional from colonies to sovereign nation. And the main function and power of Trusteeship Council is to authorize to examine and discuss reports from the administering authority of the political, economic, social, and educational advancement of the people of trust territories. In consulting with the administering authority to examine petition from an undertake.